Memorial Day is the day we honor U.S. military men and women. It is also the unofficial start of summer. So with that, we know a lot of stress can be brought about for so many folks. Dr. Frieda Birnbaum, our friend and research psychologist and psychotherapist, is here with some suggestions on how we all can relax this holiday weekend, reflect. Dr. Birnbaum, good morning. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. And this holiday is when we're all looking forward to having fun.
Yeah.
And we don't want to have stress, but people are stressing out because it's 4 days. It's not only one day. What do you do with the kids? What about camp for the summer? Do we have family vacations? What are our alternatives to the expenses that we have to pay for as well? So it's stressing them out. A lot of people, believe it or not, don't like the beaches. They don't like swimming. They don't like too much sun. What can I tell you? It's a very stressful time for them. And this is a time to step back and look and see what can we do about these stressors.
So what can we do? How do you suggest we go about relieving some of that stress?
One thing that's out there now that's really great, it's called heavy blankets. It's weight-bearing blankets, pillows, and believe it or not, stuffed animals as well. So you can cuddle with them, you can hug them, it's like putting a baby across your chest or hugging a puppy on your lap. And it's very soothing and calming, and it really affects your nervous system to calm down as well. So it's very helpful, no side effects, no drugs. It's just the best thing you can do for yourself.
Yeah, no, that's a really great option. I have a weighted blanket and I use it every night. It's very helpful.
That's why you're so calm, all right? I have to get one of those too.
It's just you're catching me at 8:26 in the morning. Give me a few more hours, and I won't be as calm. And I do know that part of this too. You talk about the summer forecast, right? This is the time when a lot of folks start thinking about that. They start putting a lot of emphasis on those trips, those relationships. Who am I going to take those trips with? How often am I going to see these people? How should we be focusing our energy when it comes to relationships looking forward during these summer months?
It's really a tough one because our relationships are so complex, and where do you go with it? The best thing to do really is don't see the people you don't want to see. They're going to be stressed out with you as well. And then there's a serotonin that comes in, and that helps with the nervous system as well. So if you can be around good feeling situations, that helps with relationships. And not only that, it's the lifestyles that are involved. It's the fact that you have to make plans, finances, you have to be able to, just across the board, know how to cope with all these situations that come up that you're not even prepared for. But the real answer is knowing how to cope with stressors, because we all have stressors in our lives in one way or another. Who we get along with, where we're going to go, who we're going to insult, who we're not going to insult. All that gets involved with our decisions.
Yeah, and we do put a lot of stress and emphasis on pleasing others and prioritizing those plans that can sometimes be overwhelming. Before you came on this show this morning, it's sort of been a heavy Friday, right?
Yes.
Here in Houston, we're a few hundred miles away from Uvalde. Today marks 2 years since that shooting, and I know there's a vigil in that community, but that's a major concern for so many folks, for those families who had to lose their children. And then immediately before chatting with you, we were speaking to a veteran about an organization and how they better serve disabled veterans and their families, and the impact that service, those sacrifices have had on those families. And I guess, being an expert, I'm just curious, for many people, Dr. Birnbaum, this weekend is tough, right? It's a tough. We talk about it being relaxing for so many and a lighthearted time. But I guess for those people who feel isolated or who are dealing with a lot of heavy baggage, what would you say to them during this long holiday weekend?
We need a support system. your dopamine levels increase when you have the right people around you. And when we're talking about this weight-bearing type of energy that helps you with your serotonin, it's about hugs. It's about feeling good therapy. And it's all about being emotionally there for the other person. Drugs can't really help. Medications, they're addictive. They can't really help. So when we're talking about having that kind of support system and knowing how to cope with it, that's the best we could do, because then we have one another. And believe it or not, hugs are very therapeutic. There's a certain type of therapy, it's called pressure therapy, where you actually go ahead and put pressure on a person and the nervous system is healed just by that alone. And, on the spectrum, autism, children, they're gravely helped by this kind of treatment. So yes, you're right. It's very serious. It's a very intense time. And it's not only about what we're going to do with our families and where we're going to go, but really what we've persevered up to now, and all the tragedies we have to face, and the soldiers and the children in school, what they're going through as well. But it is a time, it's very important to have fun. It's very important to know that this is something that you can go ahead and integrate into having good situations, so you can make choices. Some people just don't like summertime. Some people, believe it or not, don't like the sun. So what can they do about it? They have to be able to know that they can have alternative plans. You don't have to be out there. You don't have to go to the beach. You don't have to go swimming. There's nothing that you have to do, but you have to cope. And people who have control over their lives, they're the ones that can cope. 75% of people say that the reason they get depressed is because they're not in control. So if you can control your life, it's very important. You get up in the morning, you have something to be productive about. You have something to do in the daytime. It's very important to have something to look forward to. That gives you energy. People that don't have that, then they dwell on the past, they dwell on things they don't like. So give yourself something that's going to motivate you, that's going to make you feel assertive in some manner. And whatever that is, you can choose what it is you want to have the kind of reality that you want to put into your life.
Love it. As always, Dr. Birnbaum, thank you so much for joining us.
Can I give you a virtual hug?
Absolutely.
You got to give me something after all this.
Absolutely.
Does
Thank
that feel
you.
better, Zach?
It does. It does. Okay.
Love you.
Until next time.
Take
We'll see you
care.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.